So good day once again. How has been your day? I believe you've been having a wonderful time. So let's have another class on music rudiments. Today I want to look at the names and time values of notes, and then look at rest also. The one we are singing is based on the notes that we sing. How long should these notes be prolonged? How long should I keep silence when I'm supposed to keep silence? All these are indicated using various signs and symbols. So let's look at the notes, just like when you sing do, re, mi, re, do. So all those notes, what are their different names? And the time value, not the counts now, the time value, then their subsequent rest. Now, the first one I will talk about is not indicated here. You can see notes, you can see rest. So that first one is called double notes. That note is called double notes. This is what it looks like. It has the note held there. Now have two lines, beside it. So this is the note. We call it double notes. Double notes. Another name for it is breve. Breve. The breve. So the equivalent of its rest. How can we draw the equivalent of its rest? How is it represented? To represent that, let me erase this the breve, which is also called the double notes. So what is the equivalent rest of a beat? For a beat, these are all represented on your stave. So on your stave, the breve will just cover the whole bar. This is the rest, the breve rest. That's what let me put the so this is what a breve, how it's represented. So you can see this is the rest for a breve. Rest for a breve. Okay, or rest for double notes. Now the second one we'll talk about is whole notes. Remember the first one we say is double notes, also called breve, and we have shown you the rest. Now the next one is whole notes. Whole notes. And you can see the symbol there. Let me just stick under it for you to see. You can see that is whole notes. That word, when I just stated, is whole notes. So you can see how it is noted. This is whole notes. We also call it semi-breve. Semi-breve. B-R-E-V-E. V-E. Semi-breve. And you can see the rest for it. You can see the rest. The rest is like hanging on a roof. So this is the rest. Look at it there. Let me draw it for you to see aside what you see it there. For the rest, see there, it's like hanging on a roof. That's the rest of semi-breve or whole notes. Okay, from the whole note, the next one want to consider is what we call half notes. Half notes. And you can see half notes, how it is drawn. The head of the notes, followed by the stem of the notes. Then we have the flag of the notes. That is half notes. Half note. Half note is also called a minim. M-I-N-I-M. A minim. That's another name for half notes. And you can see the rest. The rest here is like sitting on the floor. It's like a rectangle sitting on the floor. Remember, all notes I told you, it's like it's hanging on the roof. But for this, it's sitting, relaxing on the floor. You can see it there, but just for you to see. So this is half notes. This is the rest of half notes. What you see when you are singing. What you see when you are singing. Okay, after half notes, otherwise called minim, what is the next one? The next one we'll look at is what we call a quarter note. A quarter note. A quarter note. You can see here, this is a quarter note. Let's see how to highlight it. A quarter note. This is a quarter note. So to draw a quarter note, the note head, shaded, and then the stem, the stem. That is a quarter note. It's also called a crotchet. This is C-R-O-T-C-H-E-T, a crotchet. And the rest of a crotchet, how is the rest represented? The rest of a crotchet is represented this way. This is it. That's the rest of a crotchet. So that's how you represent the rest of a crotchet when singing. I hope you got that. This is it. Okay, let's go to the next one after a quarter note, otherwise called a crotchet. The next note there is what we call 1/8. 1/8, and this is it here. 1/8. So you can see it there. It's 1/8 note. Another name for it is a quaver. Q-U-A-V-E-R. A quaver. And this is the rest, how the rest can be drawn. You can see there the rest, this that I circled here. That's the rest of 1/8, or call it a quaver. And from there we move to what we call the 1/16. So you can see that we are going down by half of the initial one. Half. 1/8, half of 1/8 is 1/16. So 1/16. 1/16. Otherwise called semi-quaver. This is it here. Semi-quaver. And you can see this is the rest of a semi-quaver or 1/16 notes. That is the rest. So and you can look at the quaver 1/8. It have a single flag. Look at 1/16. It has two flags. What I mean by flags, let me draw it for you again. You can see the stem. This is the flag. So this is 1/8 now. If we put one more there, flag there, that is 1/16, which is called a semi-quaver. 1/16. 1/32 is half of 1/16. So to do that, we put one more flag. That is, this is now 1/32. 1/32 called Hemi, demi, semi, quaver. So, you know, this one, the 1/8 is quaver. 1/16 is semi quaver. So after your semi quaver, you now have demi semi quaver. Demi semi quaver. And from demi semi quaver, the next is now hemi demi semi quaver. We should hold it there. Should hold it there. Starts going much far because other ones are not really being used. But one thing you should note, which we have been, we might not have observed, but if you are really, if you can look in between, you could have observed that. Now, remember this, for you to have your double note. This is your double note. Let me clean this off a bit and make it better. Let me see if we can be better. This is it. Okay, this is double notes or breve. One double note will give us two whole notes. One double note give us two whole notes. Two whole notes. Yes. So this is a whole note now. You can see this is a whole note. So we have two of these whole notes in one double note. So two semi-quaver will give us two semi-breve will give us a breve. Two semi-breves will give us a breve. So continue from there. This one breve give us two minims. Two minims. And a single minim will give us what? Two crochets. A single minim will give us two crochets. This, if you remember, this is the crochet. This is the crochet. You can see. Give us two crochets. And a single crochet will give us, a single crochet will give us two quavers. Two quavers. A single crochet will give us two quavers. Two quavers. While a single quaver will give us what? Two semi-quavers. Two semi-quavers. That's what you should know. So that's it. Go down, down, down. It's double, 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 double. That is that. So, or if you say this is a whole note, this we have here, this semi-breve is a whole note. A whole note will give us two half notes. Give us two 1/2 notes. While 1/2 will give us two 1/4. Two quarter notes. While we have a quarter note, 1/4 will give us two 1/8. Two 1/8. And 1/8 will give us two 1/16. 1/16 will give us two 1/32. 1/32 will give us two 1/64, and so on. So now there is something that I need to tell us also before I end this class. That is about dots. Dots in music. What do you mean by dots? Dots. What is the function of a dot in music? A dot will increase the duration of a note by half. We increase the duration by half. Increase the length of a note by half. Now remember, I've shown you half, the way it goes. So let's see here, for example. Remember that this is a minim and it's equivalent to two crochets. It's equivalent to 2 crochets. When we now dot a minim, when we put a dot, this dot here is increasing the value of this minim by half its original value, by half. So if this minim, like I've told you, is by half its original, so remember that the original of this minim is what? Is crochets, another crochets, and half of this is a crochet. So we now have 3 crochets. So it means that a dotted minim is equivalent to 3 crochets. To 3 crochets. Say this is 1 over 2, which is, let me erase a bit. We're talking about rest. So if we say 1 over 2 dots, 1 over 2 dots, half of 1 over 2 is 1 over 4. So, and 1 over 4, 1 over 2 is equivalent to 2 1 over 4s. So look at it. So this is now equivalent to 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4, then plus 1 over 4. I hope that is clear. That's when you have a dot, the dots will increase the note by half its original value. By half its original value. But there could be instances where we have 2 dots. Say for example, we have this dots. You get it now. The first one, that is the minim proper, is equivalent to what? 2 crochets. The first dot, we then increase it by half, which is 1 of this. The second crochet, we increase it by half of this other half now. That is, now it will increase it by subsequent half. So it will be a quarter of the minim. So remember that, let me go up. Remember that a crochet is equivalent to 2 semi-quavers. A crochet, you can see this crochet is equivalent to 2 semi-quavers. So the second dot will now be adding a quaver. A crochet is equivalent to 2 quavers. A crochet is equivalent to 2 quavers. So the second dot on the minim will increase the whole of that note by what? By a quaver. So I believe this is clear. Let's take a look at it. Let me write it in figures. So example, figures. This first one, this is half note. The first one is half note. So because of the first dot, half note, because of the first dot that we have there, it will increase it by half of this, and half of that is what? A quarter. I believe that is clear. And the second dot will now increase this by what? 1 over 8. I guess that is clear. So let me ask you a simple question. Think about it. Say for example, if you have a dotted crochet, what is this equivalent? What's the equivalent of a dotted crochet, and what is the equivalent of a dotted quiver? A dotted quiver. Let's just try to wrap our head around that, and to make it a bit more complex, what is the equivalent of this with two dots? I believe you can get your answer. I believe you must have gotten something quickly. Okay, before we close, let's get what's the equivalent. For the equivalent of this, remember that's 1/4, or the crochet is equivalent to 2 1/8, or 2 quavers. This is 2, let me draw it down there. This is 2 quavers, 2 quavers, second quiver, 2 quavers. So with this dot now, I now have it as a third quiver, Let me take it off there. With that third, just know that we have a third quiver there. So that's the answer for that. Okay, what about this? For this, a quiver, we have 2 semi-quavers, 2 semi-quavers, normally for a quiver. So with that dot now, is increasing it by another, it's equivalent now, semi-quiver. That is this. Okay, so for the last one there, this dotted quiver. So that's this quiver itself is equivalent to what? 2 semi-quavers. 2 semi-quavers. That is the quiver itself. Okay, now with the first dots there, we are using 2 dots. With the first dot there, it increases it by this, while the second dot will bring about half of this to it, half of that semi quiver, and we'll now have so I believe what you have done is clear. So God bless you. As we go through all this, we're praying us on how we can sightseeing gradually, and also praying us for the prelim museum exam. Have a wonderful time out there. God bless you.